Welcome back to Cosmeholics Anonymous. I am your favorite mother, Bougie Vintage, and today's video is all about being a bleach blonde, bad built, butch body, okay? Girl, she ate her up. No, so today's video is actually about underpainting. I feel like I haven't sat for my main channel in a long time and done like a nice, relaxing makeup tutorial, so I wanted to bring you that. I'm obsessed with this face. I use quite a bit of MAC products, so we're going back to our roots, and I feel like you guys are really gonna enjoy this look. And I made it as easy and simple to follow as possible. Like, I really got into details and I explained how to achieve this face, and it's giving flawless, okay? So without further ado, let's get into this bleach blonde, bad built, butch body look. Let's get ready for the day. So I just wanted today to be like a focal on our makeup, and so I am going to be showing you guys how to perfect your underpainting method. I've been using it a lot lately. It's actually my preferred right now, so I feel like I've gone back to my roots. You know, if you watch my like really old videos, like 2015, you'll see the underpainting happening. With underpainting, most of your work is obviously underneath. What's up, baby?
Not giving it to us.
What?
Because
giving you what?
it's taking so long to give us a pay. Because Salem did not want pay.
No, because Salem's not awake.
Yes, it is.
Salem's awake?
Yeah, but they don't want any
Salem's
pay.
sleeping.
No.
Yes.
No. I see her have her iPad.
You do? Tell Grandma that, see what she says. So of course, with underpainting, you want to make sure your base is flawless and properly prepped. We are going to start with our sunscreen. This is the sunscreen I've been using because Fenty was sold out when I tried to re-up. When I tried to buy the refill, girl, they didn't have it. I bought this, and I actually quite like this sunscreen. I mainly, you know, focus my sunscreen in my T-zone. Right after I washed my face, I had toned with witch hazel, just pure witch hazel, and then I had sprayed my Mario Badescu. Is it Badescu? Girl, I still don't know. Badescu is what I always call it. Okay, so my Mario Badescu spray, I always spray this after I wash my face and tone it with witch hazel. And those are like the two main products that I use on my skin to, you know, have a pretty flawless base. And then if I am not wearing makeup at all, what I will do is use my Fix Plus Coconut. But because I'm doing my makeup today, I'm going to use my Fix Plus Stay Over Spray. And I'm using this as part of my priming. So once this dries, we can use our primers. So I am officially ready to prime my face. Today for primer, I'm going to be using my Fenty Beauty primer as well as my Tatcha. The reason that I want to use this is because I'm trying to use up my product. So I'm going to pump some Fenty Beauty onto the back of my hand, and I'm going to get some of the Tatcha as well, and I'm going to mix them on the back of my hand first, and then I'm going to apply them to my face. Before I continue my skin prep, I'm also going to prime my eyes. This is my MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. So in my Born to Run palette, I am going to take Baja as my transition shade. And I'm applying it directly into my crease. And then I'm going to take a fluffy brush to diffuse the top of it so that it's not so harsh. I then will be taking Punk and putting it directly into the crease, so it's this dark brown color. And And again, taking a fluffy brush to blend this into our transition shade. I guess you're lucky that it's dark now. I would be lying if I said I didn't want to cut crease this. I am feeling like I want to cut crease this so bad, but I'm trying to avoid it. So what I'm going to do instead is take a shimmery shade. Never used this shade right here called Accelerate. So that's what we're going to do. I really just wanted to keep it neutral today. I didn't want to do too much, you know. I absolutely hate it. So we're gonna try Double Life instead. I hate it even more. I mean, maybe it's just on camera that I hate it, because, girl, I don't know, girl. I'm just gonna go with it. So this is Double Life, and that's the color that I put on top of Accelerate. So now that we have completed our eye makeup, well, we didn't complete it, but we did enough. I'm gonna move back to our face. So as you know, you're gonna need to start with your color correcting. We have our Makeup Forever Step 1 in Caramel. We also have our LA Girl Pro Concealer in Orange Corrector. You got the glow in her mouth. I'm just stamping the Makeup Forever color corrector on my under eye area. Pull it downward to blend the edges out, but you can already see the difference between this eye and this eye. Now remember that this product is also a primer, so it helps to prime the under eye area, especially if you get a lot of creasing typically. And so then now I'm taking the LA Girl concealer as well, and also applying it under here, and then using the brush to blend it outward. And this is a brush that I got on Amazon. It came in a 3-pack. You're gonna see the other 2 brushes as I'm doing my other concealers, but the flat brush, I really like it for the under eye area and for pulling the product downward to kind of blend into my skin. It's really good for taking away the harsh edges, because if you look as I turn my head, the product kind of looks like it's disappeared, which is what you want. And so then you would also obviously do your upper lip area. The same thing that we did with your eyes, where you were pulling the product downward to blend. With your upper lip area, you're going to do the opposite. You're going to move it in an upward direction to blend upward. Now, I always put a little bit on the side of my nose on this side, because where my nose rings are, there's like a hyperpigmentation there. It turned black because I used to wear silver nose rings and it oxidized. So that's why now I only wear real gold nose rings. I got to it too late. And then I went to go do the laser removal, like the laser treatment for darkness. And I only did 1 treatment. I wanted to do more, but I never had the time. So, now she's stuck. Concealer. This step is super important, and the right concealer is also super important. For me, personally, I like to underpaint with MAC concealer, more specifically Pro Longwear. So here we have NC42 and NC45. So as you know, the MAC Pro Longwear concealer is a concealer that dries very fast. And I'm actually sitting in front of a fan, so I don't have a lot of wiggle room or time to play around, okay? So I am going to pump it on the back of my hand. Whatever you pump out of your darker concealer, you need half of your lighter concealer. So if I do 2 pumps of NC45, I need 1 pump of NC42. Because we have on our orange concealer, we want to make sure that it's properly concealed. So what I'm going to do is take this brush, this is one from Amazon as well, and I'm going to stamp outer part of my eyes. This is my favorite concealer of all time. As you see, it covers the orange concealer very nicely. Then you will take your lighter color and apply it on the inside of the eye. You gotta work quick if you're working with this concealer. You can let it dry down a little bit if you want, but I don't play that game because, like I said, it dries very quickly. So it's dried down enough. It's been literally 2 seconds. And so my first order of business is to blend onto my nose because that's where my harshest line will end up being if I don't. So I blend that part. Letting it sit under here is okay, but on the nose, you will get harsh lines. So you want to make sure that your wet beauty blender is ready to go. Once you have blended on your nose and you're happy with that, then you can start blending the outer parts of it, because that would be the next harshest part. You have 0 time to play. Like, it's not even a joke. You have no time to play with this concealer. Where you put it is where it's gonna stay, which is why it's such a good concealer. But at the same time, you have to know what you're doing when you're working with it, or you will be Patchy McPatterson, and ain't nobody got time for that. Just like that, my under eye area is concealed. Of course, you want to also do your upper lip area. I stamp the product on all over. I do my chin and my forehead. I try not to do too much at once because, like I said, you do not have a lot of time to play around. And then with the tiniest amount, I'm gonna go down my nose with it. It's angled, so with that, I just down my nose, give my nose a little bit of a, snatch it up a little bit, and then use my beauty blender to blend out. So now it's time to contour. Today I will be using my Cheeks Out Contour by Fenty. Orange juice with syrup. What? So this is in the shade 06 Chocolate. I love my Fenty Beauty products to contour.
No!
Typically, I use my matchsticks, which I think is probably, I probably like that better than this. Since we're underpainting, I decided I would go with this today. And so I am first carving out my nose. And this is the third brush that came in the little set that I bought. If you're gonna be in here, Bubs, you gotta turn off the volume. So then, of course, I'm going to take some of the product here on the sides of my nose. And then I'm gonna take my fluffy brush and I'm going to buff out that contour and blend it out and make it look like my nose again. And then with my MAC 130, I don't know if they still make this chow, I'm going to contour the face. I like to warm the product first, put it on the back of my hand. Okay, so we take off a lot of excess before putting it on our face. Otherwise, we're gonna be pigs in mud, and you already know how I feel about that. I start putting it on little by little, putting it into the areas that I really want it. Of course, our jawline. And when I need more product, I just go to the back of my hand and do that. And then I take my beauty blender and I soften and I blend and I diffuse. Now, one thing I can't stand about the wig life is the hair on my face. So because that hair is on my face, it makes it so much harder for me to get my makeup everywhere I want, because there's those places that are underneath the hair that simply just don't get any makeup. So, it's an adjustment, but I take my wig off every single day. So my wig is not glued down, but for video purposes, it is secured as much as it needs to be. It's definitely not a glued on unit. I've gone glueless, but it's secured, with the wig spray. And so when you're contouring your face for underpainting, you just add as you need to. If you feel like right now I'm looking at my face and I see more contour on this side than this side, so what I would do is just add a little more. and then blend again. And if you need to, you can squeeze your beauty blender and blend out your nose contour even more. So now that we have done that, which it looks like there's something going on here, but there's not. There's just some texture I have there for whatever reason, girl. I don't know where that came from. Now that we have done all of this, we can add our foundation. Now, when you're underpainting, you do not need a heavy foundation, okay? You want to use a skin tint or a face and body foundation. Obviously, right now, I'm going to go with my MAC foundation. My nails are getting so dirty, so I'm using my MAC face and body for this. Okay, we have underpainted. We do not need a lot of foundation right now. We just need a little bit, and we're going to put it in only certain areas. We're not going to put it on our entire face. So if you were paying attention to when I was putting on the concealer, I didn't put any concealer on the lower half of my face. Most of the foundation is going to go right there right now. The most important part about applying your foundation over your base work is your tool. You want a large stippling brush and of course your beauty blender. This stippling brush is one that I got on Amazon as well. So I put my product again on the back of my hand, and then I pick some up on my foundation brush and I start applying down here and then apply over my chin. But when it comes to the contour in the highlighted area, I would only apply in between, not directly on the entire face. I do go over my upper lip and I do go on my forehead. To blend it properly, I take my beauty blender and I just work the product into my face. So of course, now that we've applied our foundation, we can go ahead and use our dry products. So I'm going to start off by using my Laura Mercier translucent honey powder. I'll also be taking my Fenty Beauty translucent powder. I'm using it to set the lower half of my face. And I'm going to put some right here on my contour just so that my underpaint is set in place, and then I'm going to use a powdered product as well. Today for my powdered contour, I will be taking my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark Deep. Girl, once you see that grid, that waffle grid, you know you're about to hit pan, which means it's time to re-up. Oh my goodness. Take it on my nose. I will be dusting away the Laura Mercier powder. I'll just start on my forehead. There's still a little bit of my Invisimatte on here, and what that's gonna do is absolutely nothing because my face has already been set with the Laura Mercier, so anything that's excess on here is not really gonna do anything. It's just more powder. But I didn't add any Invisimatte to dust away, which you can do. But typically, if I'm going to add a powder to dust away my Laura Mercier powder, it would be a colored powder, not a translucent powder, because Laura Mercier is already translucent. So why would I be putting a translucent powder on top of another translucent powder? If I am going to dust away with a color, it would be my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark. Now I'm going to be taking my blush. This is my Makeup Forever blush in B216. And for highlighter, I'm going to go in with my MAC Cheeky Bronze. And so that's pretty much it for the underpainting. Now we can just finish your makeup. For my eyebrows, because of the blonde hair, as you guys notice, I have not been doing my eyebrows. I just go with the skinny brow moment. I'm just putting some brow setter in it. But as far as product goes, absolutely not. Okay, because I don't have a blonde color, and my eyebrows, despite being super thin, they're still very thick, you know, because I have naturally thick brows, so I have quite a bit of hair. And girl, if you don't get your butt in place, so I just leave them be. So now I am going to take cyan blue and do my waterline. So obviously all that I need to do now is my lips. So what I'm gonna do is set my face. I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury airbrush setting spray.
I don't hear her. You not hear nothing.
Well, I did. While this dries, I am going to get up on my good foot and go put my eyelashes on. I'm going to fix my hair, and then we can come back and complete the look. On my lips, I'm probably going neutral. I mean, I'm wearing eyeshadow. I don't really want to do too much with my lips, so I'm gonna probably just keep it dark liner and gloss. You know the vibes, girl. Bruh, these earrings do not want me to be great. Oh my gosh. I feel like my head is missing my sunglasses. I think I need an accessory up there. I feel naked. So for my lips,
You just want to stay here and do something with your dog. Yes, I eaten a real apple. Hey, Bush.
I'm gonna add just a little bit of nude shade as well. Like a little tint. Because I forgot to clean my lips off before I put the lip gloss on, and when you do that and you're wearing clear, it's problematic. And so this is the finished look. Are we not obsessed? In the comment section below, tell me if you will be trying out this underpainting method, and also tell me if you found it easy to follow. I love you all so much, and I'll definitely see you in the next one. Girl, this earring just did not want me to be great today.